Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 219, The Old Colossus.
Old Colin Colossus.
In this week's episode, we plan for our year ahead. JfG Ash gets his office done. JfG Alex gets out of Medway again.
Didn't get stabbed.
There's some treats in Out This Week. And finally, Mel is alive.
Ultra super pooped.
Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 219. My name is Alex, and I'm joined, as ever, by my very good friend Ash. Hey, buddy. How are you this
Hey, buddy. Yeah.
This week? How you doing?
Yeah, as always, feeling good on a Wednesday. Sparkling thoughts give me the hope to go on. And I'm back in the utility room once again this week. Yeah, I'm loving it. Loving it like this. And
Launderish.
But hopefully, buddy, this is the last week that I'll be in the laundry room or utility room or whatever it's called. Who cares?
Why is that, buddy?
I've been busy this week. I've been painting the office. And if you've ever painted on, just plaster, it takes a lot of paint to cover that. Paint. Yeah, a lot of coats to cover that shit up. So yeah, that took a while. Also, obviously, I had to fucking sand down all the skirting. I had to do some caulking, make sure there's no holes.
Caulking.
Yeah, it was lovely. Yeah, ended up doing 3 coats of white paint on the ceiling as well, obviously, because that got redone. And then I put a single coat of grey on 2 of the walls to give it that, JfG Podcast grey look.
It's got the grey, couple of feature walls with the grey. Very nice, buddy. Some nice, vibrant green accents. So what's on the cards next, I'd imagine.
I said because of our podcast colours, but no, it's just because I had some grey paint left from painting my son's room 6 months ago. And I was like, well, might as well use up what I've got. So yeah. So yeah, this week, buddy, I've been painting. I was at it all day Saturday. Sunday, I got a shitload of it done. I finished it off on Monday. Just a bit of touching up. And then last night...
You love touching up.
I love touching up.
If he gets the chance...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good bit of touching up, mate.
He just loves it.
Good
he
bit
can't
of
help himself.
No, gotta just touch it up. And then Tuesday night was refitting all the plug points and sockets and light switches and radiators. And then obviously today's Wednesday, so it's podcast night. So
yeah,
that's my week. Yeah, it's been making me think. Yay, cool. I'm glad to get back into my office, but once again, it's
well worth it.
It's making me Jones for a new PC. So I'm on the prowl, buddy. Let's put it that way.
You should be, buddy. I can't think of a more pointless purchase, so you should absolutely do that. Definitely.
Exactly. that PC is like 7 years old. It's done. It's had a fair go. I've got my new graphics card. I've got some new RAM that's just sitting around. I'm like, I need to finish this off soon. So I'll say 2 months. And I'll have a new PC.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to hearing that come together in the coming weeks, buddy, as you sort of sporadically buy components and eventually you'll have a little pile and you'll be like, here we go, just need a Cobra now.
Yeah, well, the new Ryzen chips came out this week and they're looking pretty tasty. But that also means that the previous years or previous 15 months worth of Ryzen CPUs seem to be dropping quite a bit, and I got my eye on the 2600. It's around about 120 quid at the moment, but I'm hoping for it to go down to 100. And yeah, that's a really good CPU for gaming and just general shenanigans.
Gibbons,
yeah,
buddy.
it's gonna kick the shit out of my 7-year-old i5 that I've got in there.
It's a good price for a 1-year-old chip, that, man.
Yeah,
like, definitely.
I know. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, I'll pick that up, and then I can get last year's motherboard as well, because I don't need to get the brand spanking new ones that are coming out now. I think they're X570s. Numbers mean nothing to me, buddy.
Oh, I'm well out the game. I don't know anything about any of this anymore.
There you go. But yeah, I think I'm looking for like a 450 board, which supports up to Ryzen 2. Because I'm not going to buy a Ryzen 3 because this CPU will hopefully last me another 7 years, like my previous one. Seems to be the 7-year cycle, I think, for me with PCs.
Well, if you build them well in the first place, then
exactly.
they last, don't they?
You get your money's worth out of it. Yeah, and then obviously I'm gonna have to tart it up with a new case, because why the fuck not, buddy? Make it look all jazzy.
It's a firm Gibbon. You're gonna need some LEDs in there, and
I need all the RBG to pulsate in my face all the time. Yeah, definitely, buddy. So yeah, jonesing for the PC, and to just get back in the office, really, instead of sitting in this room of, 4 walls, and that's it, and some washing, which is always
at least there's that.
Yeah. And one thing, obviously, because I haven't been in my office / gaming room, like, my excitement for playing games downstairs in my comfy chair isn't the same. I don't feel comfortable sitting back and, like, I don't know, looking at a big TV in, like, a living room anymore. I like to be, like, facing the screen, monitor style. So, not a lot of gaming this week, buddy. Obviously, Friday night game night I was about, and then, like, a couple of nights I popped in there. I wanted to play Detroit, whatever it is, Human Becomes Android, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That game, but...
Spice Girls, 2 Become 1.
Exactly, yep. But unfortunately I didn't. I played other game, so I'll talk about that for at least 10 seconds when we get to that topic.
Excellent, I look forward to that.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. So there you go, buddy. My week's been really boring and awesome. Not really. So what about you, buddy? What you been up to?
Well, I would like to say once again, I've been to the Medway Towns, and I didn't get stabbed.
Yes, winner. Well played,
I really am the exception that proves the rule at this point.
I can't believe it,
I keep getting out of that fucking place, man. It's an absolute miracle. But I went back for my sister's wedding. She got married at the weekend.
What? And, wedding?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. She got married in a really nice venue that was like several miles out of the Medway Towns, so you definitely didn't know you were anywhere near them, which is probably best.
Yeah, best place to be if you're in Medway.
I think so. Is out of Medway. Very much out of... The best place in Medway is very much not being there at all.
That makes sense.
I would say.
Yeah.
And I know we've got a lot of listeners from Medway, and I know that even
at least one.
That if they're slightly agitated right now, they still know it's true.
Yeah,
and
it's a bit of truth.
So yeah, she got married in some cool outdoor venue with like a big old teepee, and there was like
teepee.
She got married in some sort of like
was there
gazebo.
A peace pipe?
There was all sorts, buddy. There was a collection of woodeny sort of log branch furniture.
Was there some sort of wickerman?
There was some sort of wickerman type, some sort of doodad there. There was some like giant parachutes with like little holes cut out of them above.
Well, they're not very good parachutes.
For a bit of shade. Not great for parachuting.
No.
Decent for sporadic shade, though.
Yeah.
And therefore serve their purpose. I was asked to play a couple of songs
and
during
how
the ceremony.
Did that go?
I think that the official line is I reckon I got away with it.
Yes.
I was putting off practicing them for such a long time because I haven't played anything for ages. I certainly haven't played in front of anyone for like 3.5-4 years.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really up for that frankly. But, you get asked, and it was kind of a bit of an honour.
Yeah, if you book them, they will come, buddy.
Yeah, exactly, buddy. Eins build an empire. So, yeah, I thought it went. I think probably best bet to say it went as well as it possibly could have under the circumstances.
As long as you did your best.
Yeah, I did my best. And that was fine. And it all went very well. They had like a cool, like, little sports car, little Triumph they turned up in. That was fucking cool. And, really nice food because it was like an outdoor wedding. So we had like sort of barbecue platters and stuff.
Nice.
For like the meal. And then in the evening they had like an outdoor sort of Hawaiian shack thing. They were doing like burgers and fried chicken.
Okay, so we've gone from like a Red Indian teepee and now we're going for Hawaiian hula dancing. I like where this is. There's a lot of themes going on. Was there a bit of Christmas as well?
They had hula hoops. There was a fire pit. It was pretty special, I would say. There were horse boxes for the toilets, and that was nice as well. And they had a little gaming truck there with a PS3 in it and an HD ready push television.
Like you do?
With FIFA 11. So, that was on offer if you wanted to partake.
And did you?
I didn't. No. I just got pissed on Curious IPA.
Well, there you go. That's probably the sensible thing to do in that situation.
Caught up with all my cousins who I never see. So
nice.
Yeah, that was good.
It's always good.
Yeah, it was cool. No, that was the bulk of what I've done since we last spoke. Other than that, Tuesday night beverages with the funk buddy. How it works
tasty.
Is, firstly, it has to be a Tuesday, and then
makes sense.
Either I will send a message to the funk or the funk will send a message to me just saying, do you fancy a pint? And then we will meet in the Pantals and have 5.
There you go.
And essentially destroy our bodies and ruin the whole of the rest of our weeks as we try and recover.
Best way, buddy.
Before the weekend.
Best way. You got to prepare yourself for the punishment of Friday night, buddy.
We had some special beers last night down the old Pantals tap, buddy. I have to say, some lovely stuff. Some sort of blueberry American pale thing that was very nice.
You crazy genius.
I had a 6.9% whiskey cider last night to finish.
Like you do. That's how to get the job done.
Yeah, Gibbons. It was the last one of the night, and probably whiskey cider, I'd say. So yeah,
definitely. That was good. I had a pint, or a couple of pints of. I think it was a beer called Wimbledon. It was a blonde ale. It was quite nice actually at the pub on Sunday. Yeah,
that sounds good.
It was tasty. I was like, Wimbledon, like the tennis.
'Tis the season.
I'll have a slice.
Get stuck in. Yeah, well, fair play to you, buddy. Churky. Very churky indeed.
It was lovely.
So the only other thing I wanted to mention was, I don't know if everyone's noticed or not, or if anyone actually watches these, but Danny O'Dwyer's YouTube channel NoClip released an E3 documentary this week, and it's fucking awesome. I was watching it while I was having dinner, and it was great. Frankly. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's kind of like a behind the scenes, but they kind of look at how it's covered, and he goes back and talks to like old GameSpot dudes and stuff, but also devs, and gets sort of behind the scenes access and stuff. And yeah, it's just really good. So if you're looking for something game related to watch, buddies, then head over to NoClip on YouTube and have a look at that. I'm a proud patron of that channel. Literally everything he does on that channel is fucking awesome.
Awesome, isn't it? It's so good.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
Nice.
Highly recommended. So yeah, really good behind the scenes, especially kind of almost a fitting time to take a look at it after the sort of wholesale changes that were made this year with sort of Sony bailing out and the whole thing kind of changing a little bit. So yeah, well worth a watch, buddies.
Lovely.
Gibbons, well, this is a video game podcast. That kind of gave you a little taster of said video games.
Yep, FIFA 11.
Before we head into FIFA 11 and an E3 documentary, before we head into the meat and drink, buddy, the bread and butter, I would like to know, if you wouldn't mind, what exactly you're drinking this evening.
Well, as I mentioned last week, buddy, I ordered 30 beers to arrive the next day. And some beers arrived. It wasn't 30, it was 20. I was like, what's this all about? Obviously, immediately I wasn't too happy with the fact that I've lost out on 10 beers. But then, like, I was in such a kerfuffle. I said, yeah, all right. Because he was like, oh, you've saved like 15 quid, mate. You're all right. I'm like, well, I only paid 15 quid in the first place. So did I get them for free? He's like, no. You just saved like 15 quid or something. I was like, whatever. You've got 20 beers there. Obviously, I'm going to take them. I'm not going to be like, no, take them away. So I got 20 beers of, the beers are from Vocation Brewery, I believe.
Okay.
It's called Pride and Joy. It's a pale ale. It's fucking lovely, actually. It's a 5.3. It's crisp and hoppy, apparently. And yeah, I ended up paying, instead of 50p a can, it was 75p a can. I was alright with that. Especially because when I went to Tesco's the other day and saw that to buy 4 of these, it was £6. I was like, wow.
I was going to say, they do them in Sainsbury's, and I do get them sometimes. They are really, really nice.
Yeah,
they are really nice beers.
I've been ploughing through them. I've only got 5 left.
Nice.
I'm getting the job done. They're fucking done. Super tasty. Yeah, so I paid 75p a can for these when normally they're like £1.50. So I was like, yes! That'll do, son. That will do.
Seems a good deal. And I think
I'd do it again.
That's probably a better beer than you were getting for the 30 ones. So
more than likely. Yeah.
Probably best.
So, yeah, it would have been like 30 quid, I think, for 20 of them, and I paid 15. So, ain't bad. Half price.
Not bad.
So what are you drinking this evening, buddy?
Well, at the moment, I'm on this Sainsbury's Taste the Difference Rye Pale, buddy, and I have to
Always
say,
on the Rye Pale. Nice.
This really is the flagship Sainsbury's beer, in my opinion. They don't do a better one, I would say. Genuinely, it's excellent, and it's only £1.50 for a 500ml bottle, which I think is pretty reasonable as well.
I'll be happy with that. I'd buy that.
Gibbons. So I usually have a little poke with one of them, and then also for a little bit later on.
This guy's crazy.
Once I finish that.
It will happen.
I've got a little happy chappy here, buddy. He's a happy chappy. It's a beer Moretti, and I'll be polishing that off shortly.
That'll do, buddy. That will do.
Gibbons, tasty beers. Oh, well, lovely. Unless you've got anything else then, buddy, we should probably go and talk about what we've been playing.
Gibbons.
So do you want to kick things off, buddy? What have you been up to this week in the old gaming verse?
Fuck all.
Okay.
Like I said, I was going to play Detroit Become Human or whatever, but that got bamboozled or shenaniganed by other people being online when I was going to play it. Ended up playing some Borderlands 2 again, buddy. And seriously, that game is fucking massive. There is so much in that game. Can you remember playing it through on the 360?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Any idea how long it took? I was going to say, any idea how long it took us to get through that fucking thing? Because this is taking forever. It's not like we're fucking about. We're like, right, let's go, boys. Let's get this shit done.
I don't remember completing it.
Oh, there you go. Maybe
I think I got bored of it before the end and stopped playing.
Maybe.
I don't think I finished it.
I think I did. I sent Sanctuary up into the sky or whatever. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really big. It's really good. It's great co-op. Everyone knows that. So that's that. I guess. I mean, there's not really much to talk about a game that's really old. I mean, what about FIFA 11? That's probably about the same age, isn't it?
I suppose probably, yeah. Yeah, not much to say about FIFA 11, frankly.
Yeah, no, not really, mate. Sorry about that. I'll do better next week, maybe. We'll see, hopefully. I'll be in the office, so it'll be good. So yeah, buddy, obviously I played some F1 2019, but we've both been playing that, so we'll talk about that at the end. What have you been playing then, matey boy?
Well, let me tell you. I've been playing Wolfenstein 2, and I've been playing Detroit Become Human.
Which one's number 2? Is it called Wolfenstein 2, or is it like New Blood? Old Faithful?
The New
Order.
Colossus?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Old Colossus?
Old Colossus, that sounds... Oh, it's Old Colossus. That fucking rapscallion.
The new Colossus. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus.
Oh, it's the new Colossus. Fresh look on the Colossus.
It's not the old Colossus. It's the new one. And there he is, being all new.
There you go.
Yeah, and that game, buddy, is absolutely obscenely difficult for no apparent reason.
There it is.
Now, I do remember there being some mention of this originally when the game launched, that a lot of people were saying it was really hard. And obviously I could put it onto easy, but I don't feel like I should have to. Like, I'm playing it on normal, and I'm like, you know...
This is hard. This isn't
my first. This is not my first rodeo, buddy.
Indeed.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but I've played video games in the past,
okay.
I tend to be absolutely fine on normal difficulty.
Yeah, you seem to get through normal. Yeah.
That's been the case on every video game I've ever played.
Right. Okay.
On normal difficulty, but I just keep dying over and over again on this fucking thing. I'm running out of ammo all the time. It seems to take an obscene amount to put anyone down, and it's not a sort of traditional. Well, I suppose it's traditional in the old school way of there's health packs and shit to pick up.
Health packs, ammo crates.
You have to hold square for quite a long time to pick them up, and
that's annoying.
Can't shoot while you're doing that.
I've
just been completely overwhelmed. I'm only in like the second or third area of the game, and I just keep getting fucking mulched.
To be honest, Borderlands also has the annoying square mechanic or whatever button it is to pick stuff up, and it just takes way too long. I'm just like, just fucking give me the shit, you twat.
It's just not cricket. But
it's not.
No, I really want to play this game because I know that it got good reviews and the combat feels great. It's just really hard. Like, just the enemies just hit too hard, it seems. And I want to get through it. It's funny. Like, it's got a really funny script. It looks really good, even though I'm playing it on the Xbox One, which is a pile of shit.
It's a pile of shit.
It's a pile of wank. So yeah, I don't know really. I don't know what to make of it. It's really hard. I think I need someone I trust to play it and confirm that it's hard and make sure I'm not just a fanny or getting old or like senile, which these things are entirely plausible. So
could happen.
Yeah, that might be an idea. So yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just really tough, and I just got more and more agitated, and eventually I just turned it off.
Well,
I was like,
you know, when you play video games, mainly it's for some sort of enjoyment. But however you get your enjoyment from games can differ. You know, get scared, just I don't know, mooch about like hitting blocks of wood and building stuff, or you know, shooting dudes in the face. I'm a fan of the shooting dudes in the face, and If the game prevents me from shooting dudes in the face by killing me over and over again, I don't think I'd enjoy that.
No, and I haven't been. So I turned it off and I played something else. And there you go. Worth noting, by the way, I did just fire up the old Borderlands app while you were talking about it to see if I'd completed that game.
Wow.
And
there's an app?
On... no, the Xbox app, sorry.
The
Xbox.
Gotcha.
Just the standard Xbox app. Achievement unlocked on the 7th of September 2012.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro. 30 G's defeated Jack.
There you go. We did it.
So we did.
We did it.
Yeah, in 2012.
There you go.
Yeah.
Close enough to FIFA 11.
Gibbons. That's just before yeah. Oh, that's quite a while ago. Well, there you are. Anyway, yeah.
Just before you what? Lost your virginity? What?
No, I was going to say...
That's just before I... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did do that. Yeah. It's just like, what the fuck?
I think it's before I left... just before I left uni or went to uni. I can't remember when I was at uni.
I
can't have been at uni because...
Like, I was there at some point in my life, like 10 years... I finished 10 years ago. Was it? I was like 23.
I think maybe. I finished in 2015, so I would have started in 2013, I suppose. Or
why you were there, buddy. I don't know. Who knows?
Or was it 2012?
Time
Who cares?
is
maybe it was 2012.
fucking bullshit, buddy.
Whatever.
Don't you worry about it.
This really is of no relevance to anyone, barely even to me at this point. I'm sabotaging the podcast from within. Let's move on.
Cool.
I've been playing Detroit Become Human, buddy.
There it is, Android game. How have you found this game? Because, like we mentioned before, it was a pile of wank when we played the demo. Is it any better with the storyline?
This is a game which absolutely adores itself.
Oh, I love it. Look at me.
Yeah, basically. It's... I don't really like it very much.
He's not a fan.
Unfortunately, I did show it to the missus and she was quite taken with it.
Oh, so, no. Mistake. She's got previous, buddy.
Yeah, so I've been playing it a little bit. It's just incredibly annoying. Like, it's so formulaic. It's like, you don't have to visit every single crime scene and stuff, but when you do, you're getting an identical experience to every single other player. And it's supposed to be like a detective yarn, but there's no detecting, because you can hold a button down and it tells you where to go and look at stuff. So it's entirely curated experience. There's no skill involved. And then on top of that,
go on.
Well, I just think, like, I mean, I remember us talking about the demo, and that is the first level that you end up going into, the first section of the game, where we were complaining because there was quite obviously a gun under the table, but you couldn't go and pick it up without going over and investigating a portion of the room.
Yeah, and being like, "Oh, there's a gun over there.
Yeah,
Where did you?" It's like, well, I can see the guns there, you retard. But
it's completely linear.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't feel that way, but you get exactly the same experience as everyone else. You can't really make, you're obviously making informed decisions through dialogue trees, and if you think that is a compelling video game, then you should. I hate dialogue trees
because it always goes fucking wrong. I think I'm doing the right thing, and it's never the right thing. I'm like, well, fuck you then. Really, at the end of the day. Like,
and this is the worst kind of tree in that you don't know what the correct answer is, and you are making decisions that
the fucking dialogue trees in Oblivion, where you spin the thing around the side and it shows their emotions, what they're gonna feel from. They do a happy face, a sad face, angry face. So I know what I'm fucking doing. Or like the paladin system in Mass Effect, it's fucking red, blue, down the middle. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I know where I'm going, but if it's just like vague response that could lead to anything, I'm like, fuck off. And I had the same issue with old detective one, LA Noire. Yeah, I was like, this is just bullshit. I get that you're trying to do something a bit different here, and you can try and judge them from their character, but no. It's a game. No. But anyway, I was going to go back when you were talking about how you can hold down a button and that shows you where you need to go, kind of thing. It reminds me of playing like point and click games back in the day, where obviously some of those games are fucking ridiculously hard. And you had the option to hold down. If you were playing it in like pussy mode or whatever, like I always do, you could hold down a button, it would highlight all the stuff on the screen. So, I mean, is this really just like a 3-dimensional point and click game at the end of the day?
I suppose to a degree, yeah. And I'm being mega harsh on it. Like, I was just wanted to get the negatives out of the way early doors. Firstly, it looks absolutely brilliant, this game.
Good.
It looks so nice. Moving around and that, it's all fine. Like, it's all decent, and the sort of systems that they've built when you are interacting with these crime scenes, and basically recreating events in a sort of weird polygonal kind of fashion. All of that works brilliantly, looks great. It's relatively satisfying, and then the story is an interesting story. The whole, essentially the Blade Runner androids, are they human, are they people, and so on and so forth. Some really good characterization here, a decent script that hasn't got particularly cringy at this point, and normally it's the first line in a David Cage game that's the beginning of the end for me for dialogue, but it's a little bit better than that. It's clearly big budget, and it is what it is. I'm going to play some more of it. The missus has kind of latched onto it, so I will be able to give a slightly more measured opinion a few weeks down the line. But all in all, it does remind me a great deal of his other games, and the reason I didn't like those games was because they were fucking smug, because the control systems in them were pointless, absolutely fucking pointless, QTEs and move analog stick.
You're not gonna play Heavy Rain then?
No, I'm not even thinking about that.
What was the other one? Fahrenheit, wasn't it? Back in the day? I played that for about 2 hours and then didn't play it ever again.
You'd think that I would really like these sorts of games. I've been gravitating towards more and more similar ones over the last few years. There's just something about David Cage games. I think it's the fact that there seems to be a message foisted on you all the time. I really struggle to get on with them. I've probably played an hour and a half of this thing. I will likely play another hour and a half before I just say to the missus, no, you do it.
Have fun.
So, yeah,
I'm not.
But there's a lot to really like here if you are that way inclined, but I don't think it's for me, unfortunately. And I was, well up for giving it a try. I don't think it helped that the opening half an hour of the game was the demo that I'd played. I don't think that helped, because I played the demo 3 or 4 times to sort of test out all the systems. And
that's a shame.
Hugely anticlimactic when you fire the game up and it's that.
Yeah, that's part of the whole releasing a demo, though, isn't it?
I didn't have to play it. It's on me.
It's out there to try and get people interested in. So when you do end up playing it, you're going to be disappointed. Like, just the biggest one for me was Destiny. I'd spent hours and hours in that demo, the original beta, and then the demo that came out, and I was like, yeah, that was a bad idea looking back at that. No. Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Hey,
yeah. So, yeah, that's me, buddy. The only other thing we probably want to talk about is F1 2019, because although I'd had a little taste of it last podcast round, this time was the first time we had it. Everyone had it for game night, and we really got stuck in for several hours of racing. And obviously, I've spoken about it briefly, but how are you feeling about it after your sort of initial few hours of gameplay with it?
Yeah, I struggled to start off with, mainly because all my settings were completely fucking wrong. Had to turn down the old force feedback halfway, I think, or down to like 60%, because it was fucking chucking me left ways and sideways and all over the place. And then one of the other settings that I like to change is the brake bias. I think it's a brake bias or whatever.
Yeah.
So I haven't got to put my foot through the floor to get up to 100%. So I think I've still got a bit of tweaking to do on the brake bias. I might load up the old game and see what my settings were on that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then chuck them in and see if that feels a bit more natural. But yeah, really struggling. Not really struggling. Actually, I think like the first lap that I put in was pretty decent. I didn't spin or anything. But then the first lap in a race that we did, like, it just went tits up. I was quite happy just pootling around on my own, going like, oh yeah, I can focus right now. But then when there was other people in the mix, I was like, oh no, there's so much more to think about now. But yeah, as the night progressed, like, tinkered about with things, and it got better until I got more drunk, and then it got worse, which is tradition.
The setting changes and the drunkenness sort of passed each other on the graph.
Yeah, exactly. There's a moment where it was fucking bliss, and then suddenly it just went wrong. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this game. Looks-wise, it looks fucking fantastic on the old PS4 Pro. I don't know if there is any difference between that and the base model, but yeah, it looks phenomenal. And yeah, the car's responsiveness they feel quite drastically different to previous year. The braking zones for me seem to be quite a bit earlier, and obviously I'm going to put it down to understeer, but it's just the fact that I'm not braking enough for the corners and I'm going too fast. And I'm like, it's just not turning enough. And I'm like, oh, have I got to change the settings on my steering wheel to like, so I haven't got a full locket or something? I don't know, but no, that's just silly. It's just the fact that I'm not going slow enough around the bends.
No, but you're right, though. That is the
forgiving. Biggest difference, I would say, feel-wise, compared to the last one. Obviously, I'm not doing it manual gears like you, but I have got all the other assists off and everything. And that confused me when we loaded up. I was like, what assists have we got on? And you're like, none. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Like semi-sim races at this point. We're getting there.
Which is where we want to be, which is a nice place to be, to be honest. But yeah, it's very cool. I'm not sure about the menus. Like, it's trying to be like a computer game with menus and stuff now. I liked the old kind of tabbies things from the previous years. It looks a bit more Pez.
It was relatively understated before, and I think they've tried to zhuzh it up in a way, but
I'm not keen.
It's nothing special. It does look a little bit like an Android game, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I quite like
that's not really affecting gameplay
as well.
Yeah, what is with that? Like, it's like the classic, rock fucking melodies and whatever when you're loading up the game, and it's I don't know, mate. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. They've kind of made changes. I started the career mode on there, although I had no intention of playing through it. I just wanted to do the F2 bit, and
obviously,
graphically, the fucking character models are so terrible. Like, it just looks so awful. and if the one thing I hadn't noticed how terrible this was, but if you go into select team and driver off of the multiplayer menu and scroll up and look on the right hand side, it's got all the players' faces, and they seem to have squeezed them on, and it seems completely random as to like how big the face is. So like Daniel Ricciardo, his whole face is just being squashed. He looks like Beaker. But then you got Robert Kubica, and he's like, "Hey Arnold," because his head's like what? I think because they couldn't get the ears right, so he's like a fucking like a football head. It's crazy.
Football head, yeah.
It looks so bad. It's brilliant. I love it. But yeah,
I don't know. It baffles me that like simple design decisions like that are just.
It must just.
I don't know. They're like they just look at it and be like, "Oh yeah, that's all right. That'll do."
The engine can't do people. I think that's the thing. That's what I've always saying about
racing
FIFA.
Really well.
The fucking Battlefield engine is not for football in the same way that Codemasters racing engine is not for NPCs.
Yeah.
so yeah, it's one of those weird little quirks, but obviously very unimportant in the grand scheme of things. What you're saying about understeer is absolutely correct. It's far less forgiving if you arrive into the corner with too much speed. You used to be able to get away with it with a lot of sort of feathering of the brake and stuff. It's much harder to do that this year, and also and by the same token, locking up is much more common.
That's where I was going to go to next, to be honest. Just because obviously if you start turning that wheel while you're braking, you are pretty much fucked. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, like the brief spell that I did on it, and I want to play more, and I want to get better at it, to be honest. That's my goal, and I did mention on game night to add another night of racing. I think we were going to do Monday night. Obviously, I was busy this Monday, but yeah, definitely up for doing another night of racing, maybe doing a bit of streaming as well while we're doing it. Could be a bit of a giggle.
Yeah, and me and friend of the podcast, Paul, did get on Monday night for a bit of Wheel Town. We played sort of 7 or 8 races, like 25%ers. So we had a good sort of 3 hour sesh, and it was fucking great. We're getting there. Like, he has been kind of dabbling with the manual gears, but for the last couple of races, he actually switched over, and he was pretty nippy, frankly.
Nice.
I am definitely still reliable, but relatively slow, and that seems to be enough at the moment because everyone's still getting to grips with the game. Yeah. while everyone's still getting to grips with the game, everyone's still spinning on a regular basis, and that means tortoise and the hare. I can fucking pootle along behind and come through and win with manual gears. Once everyone's up to speed, it might be a slightly different kettle of fish, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm certainly enjoying playing it manual, and I think I'm probably only maybe 10 more racing hours away from it feeling so natural that I wouldn't ever want to go back. So that's how quickly you can do it. I've probably played 10 hours of the game already, so 20 hours of manual gears, and I think I'll be there at least like as fast as I was, and certainly as comfortable as I was before. So
nice.
And then it's a fucking awesome game. We love a bit of it. No regrets buying it full price, and looking forward to game night again this week, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy. Love me a bit of game night.
It's a beauty. Sweet as the punch. Well, that'll do us, I think. We'll probably move on, buddy. And now it's time for the news. Number one. Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch Lite, buddy.
Yeah, let's.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, I watched the release trailer today in Japanese. Understood it all, obviously.
Yeah.
Being fluent. Good news now, buddy. I can take my Switch with me everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of already does that, doesn't it?
Oh.
I mean...
Oh, does it? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a little Switch. It's just a little shitty Switch, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I loved it in the thing there. They're like, he goes and stands next to a TV and it's like, you can't play on a fucking TV, mate. No. You can't use that. You can't use TV. You just take it and then he walks through a door that's just there. And I'm like, cool. You take that with you.
Things that it does better, and there aren't many, but the battery life is better.
Cool.
So, but not substantially so, and I have to say...
you would think it would be a lot much more? No, just much more. Or I mean, a lot more.
I think the average... I mean, they quote 2.5 to 6.5 hours for the Switch.
Yeah, just turn the brightness down, you good.
Yeah, but not for more than, 3 hours maximum? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It survived a whole 2-hour whatever flight that my son and his mate were playing Mario Kart on it, so I think there was still loads left, but...
Well, they're quoting for this new for this new... more portable version, they're quoting a battery life of 3 to 7 hours, which is just not enough for a device that's strictly portable.
Yeah, no,
it's just
you're going to have to
enough.
plug that in or get a battery pack adapter.
It needs to last 10. It needs to last 10 hours.
10 hours.
If it doesn't,
yeah, that's a good journey.
Then it's not portable because you need a plug and a wall.
Yeah, so, you need to plug that in.
Yeah. Other things, no Joy-Cons, obviously they're skimping on size, so just
they're
proper sort of fascia with...
Once again, classic animation of like, oh, can't take these off. Look at that, they're attached to it. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah. It's super light as well. So
I don't really find the Switch that heavy, but yeah.
No, true. Yeah, it's thinner, it's slimmer. It comes in 3 colours.
You can pair Joy-Cons to it, and you have to if you want to play certain games. Because now, games, if you look on the back of game boxes or wherever you get your games from, it will be portable compatible. I mean, I feel like every game on the Switch should really be portable compatible.
It seems absolutely amazing that a Switch game wouldn't.
I know, being a portable device.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't
know.
That
I mean, it's they didn't. I don't know. Have you seen a price point for this? It depends on how cheap it is, really. But then again, you can't plug it in your TV, so that's a bit shit. Just buy a Switch.
It looks like $200 or £160.
So that's about 60 quid saving, I guess.
That's not enough, is it?
Not really. When you think
if it was launching at 120 quid, then I'd say it was probably a pretty
fucking
good...
that'd be really insane. But then again, we thought that the Switch was going to come out.
That could only run last gen video games. I think it should. Why is it? It's got a fucking 15-minute battery life and it can't run fucking 360 games. I wouldn't piss on it. I don't understand,
buddy. I love it.
I'm sorry, but...
See, all up until now, I thought you're trying to defend it, and now you're like, fuck that shit. This is retarded at this price point. Can't even run real games. I'm with you. Like, I can see why they're doing it. It's a cheaper Switch. Yeah, great. People will buy cheaper stuff, but why? And then you've got the whole issue of Nintendo's whole cloud storage, which is a pile of shite, because not all of their games support cloud storage. You have to have Switch Online or whatever, Nintendo Online, whatever it's called, to even have cloud storage. But then transferring your save data to another Switch is just like a big no-no, because it just wipes all your other stuff. It's not very well thought out, I would say.
It doesn't stop it being lauded, though, for some reason. But
people love that.
People love it, and that's all that matters, because if people love it, then it's going to sell, and that's great.
Nintendo are great. How can you say bad things about them?
So wonderful, you can't. They're like the classic quintessential games company, and you need to take a look at yourself if you keep knocking them for innovating like this. No, fuck this. It's a piece of shit. You can buy it if you want. I don't really care, but it's just a fucking absolutely pointless product. So, fill your boots, buddies. We'll move on to number 2. From one piece of retardation to another, buddy. Let's talk about PES 2019. No, I'm not talking about eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer winning 11 2020.
Yeah.
Esports edition,
winning
Messi edition, Maradona, Man United, Pogba edition,
Pogba, Phil Jones's face.
We're talking about Konami and Sony and what happened with PS Plus when the July PS Plus game, one of them was supposed to be PES 2019, and with 2 days of notice, it was replaced by Detroit Become Human, and no one really told us why that happened.
We didn't know. We didn't know.
So some of the games press have kind of gone after them for this, being like, "What happened?"
Why?
They managed to get a statement from reason? Konami. This is what Konami said. This decision was made by Sony Interactive Entertainment, and so please make an inquiry to Sony Interactive Entertainment.
It's fair dues. Right? Like, wasn't us, guys. Fucking, we don't know anything about it.
Yep, which is weird. And then Sony said this. This is a very strange thing to say. Here we go.
Go on.
This is the official line from Sony. We have decided to make a change to the PS Plus games lineup this month, and we'll be offering Detroit Become Human Digital Deluxe Edition instead of Pro Evolution Soccer 2019. This was a decision we decided to make as a company, and we apologise for any inconvenience.
That's explaining yourselves.
What does that mean?
Well, they're just, we changed it. Sorry about that.
As a decision they decided to make as a company, did they have a fucking referendum? Did they have like a poll?
They sent out a poll, on WhatsApp to all the employees of Sony.
Everyone, all of them, thousands.
And they were like, PES or Detroit.
With 2 days to go,
we need your votes.
We're considering pointlessly changing this game that no one wants for another one no one wants.
What do you think?
What do you reckon?
Yeah. Ladies' choice.
So that clears that up then. Frankly, I think my weird fucking guess last week about there being some sort of licensing issue with them dropping Liverpool and picking up Man United might have been involved in some way. I also noticed in one of the articles I was reading this week that Sony very recently did some sort of really highbrow partnership deal with EA Sports for FIFA 20. And so, like that might have had some bearing. Maybe Konami didn't like that very much. I mean, it's quite clear that it's far more likely that Konami pulled the plug than Sony, because whilst Sony makes strange decisions, Konami are fucking crazy. So I would say it's probably more likely that it was something to do with them. But I guess we'll never know, buddy.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. So there we are.
They've brushed it away, and then that's it.
That's that. Forget about it. So yeah, we will. Moving on. Playdead has been posting screenshots of its new game in its job listings.
Okay. Weird.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's a definite first response. That's weird.
Yeah.
Right? So... What? No. So... Okay. Sorry, I'm just going at it now, having a look. So, like, hey, this is the game. Come and work for us, no?
Yeah. I mean...
Okay. Yeah?
They didn't really mention what the pictures were. They just included pictures on job listings.
I know, I was like, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be their latest game, surely. I mean, unless they state that. They could just be like, here's some pretty pictures. Ooh.
It's just a bit strange. So yeah, they it's on their website, their official website. They've got like a job section, like Playdead HR. And yeah, they're advertising for like a senior 3D artist. And just embedded in the fucking job description is pictures of the game. So that's quite a strange thing to do. But I like it. So there you are. And by the way, it looks cool, whatever it fucking is. Looks like it's got that cool art style that Limbo had and Inside had. And yeah, it's interesting. I think Inside is on Game Pass now, so I'm looking forward to playing that. And speaking of things added to Game Pass that we forgot to mention last week,
yes,
Shadow of War. Shadow of War is now on Game Pass. I have it downloaded, and I'm very much looking forward to playing it, buddy. And especially after Funk's rave reviews over the last few weeks. So
Gibbons.
So there you are.
Exciting.
So that's Playdead and their weirdness. Speaking of Playdead, Xbox adds Play Later tab. Segue.
Yeah. At that Play Later. Yeah.
The fact that this has gained quite a lot of media coverage from the games news journalists, lol, is probably a sign that there isn't much news, because this is the fact that Microsoft Xbox has added a Play Later tab to the dashboard, where you can just pop games that you are planning on playing but haven't yet found the time to play, which you can literally do and could have done at any point ever by making a folder and calling it Play Later. But it's a feature and everyone's talking about it, and that does suggest there's not a lot going on. I still like it though. It's a nice idea, and I suppose when you've got Game Pass, hundreds of titles available to play, rather than people carefully purchasing like they used to, then maybe it makes sense. Maybe it is a good idea to let them make a little short list of stuff that they have access to and haven't got around to yet.
It's kind of like a wish list, I would say.
Yeah, but for shit you've already got.
But yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an option. Anyway, moving on. Netflix is making a Cuphead cartoon series.
Okay.
Sure. I've got nothing else on that. I'm just going to let you know. So there you are.
I'm alright with that.
Amazon is co-developing a Lord of the Rings free-to-play MMO, which
that's going to be good.
It's coming to PC and consoles.
If anything, what was the game? They released the Grand Tour game. That was good.
Apparently that was interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. They've made this Amazon Game Studios. They've got a really good team there in terms of stuff people have worked on in the past. You got people who worked on like Destiny, World of Warcraft, System Shock. And yeah, Athlon is a Chinese firm that they kind of co-acquired. And they're talking about it as though it's going to be a AAA experience, which presumably means all content will be gated off. You will have to pay microtransactions for any content. There'll be sort of hold mechanics so that you can't progress without buying gems. And there'll be loot boxes and all that sort of thing. But that's AAA, innit? That's what it is.
That's AAA. 3 times as good as the single A's. I'm trying to think. Is it the same terminology in baseball?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, there we go.
Yes, it is. Hopefully one day we'll get some quadruple A games, buddy. But at the moment, we're just having to make do with these AAA titles, unfortunately.
It'll be fine.
Finally from me, the Game Bakers, which is a great name for a studio. Yeah. They made a game called Fury, which was quite good, in that I played at least half of it, despite being given it for free on PS Plus, which is a rarity. So yeah, I thought it was quite nice. Certainly the art style was quite nice. They've released footage of their new game, and it looks fucking great, frankly.
Ooh,
they're describing it as a cross between Journey, which was a great game, and Persona, which was a great game. So yeah, it's kind of a sort of space adventure romance thing with sort of cartoonish, Persona-ish dialogue, and a landscape that they did very well with Fury. I mean, it already had a sort of Journey feel about it, Fury. But yeah, anyway, they've released a trailer. It looks really, really nice. And it's coming to PC, PS4, and Switch in 2020. It looks really nice. Like, it's called Haven. And I like the look of this a lot. And it's got cool music. And it's got...
I've seen one screenshot, and I can agree with what you're saying.
It does
look very cool. It's got the art style I like, buddy. Oh, there's the trailer. Hello.
It's got that sort of gliding along thing that Journey had, which I quite like, although you're an energy beam in this. Lots of open fields.
Hey,
and
has it got the old Japanese titty girls in it as well?
It's got some anime sort of quirks to it, certainly.
Okay.
But yeah,
I've heard of these games.
It looks the back alley gaming of Japan. Yeah. So there you go. There's all your news. I seem to be losing my voice, which is some concern at this point in the soap. But time to hand over to you, buddy.
Dive bombed a flying squid or something. I don't really know what's going on.
I mean, for a game to be worth even releasing at this point, publishers are going to want you to include dive bombing of alien squids. It's just going to have to be... It's been long overdue that hasn't been the absolute norm in all video games, including sports games. So
that makes sense to me.
You know, you need to be able to dive bomb squid.
So I'm engulfed in it now. There's no stopping me.
You can't stop looking at it. Oh, you like the lining. It dazzles, it excites.
Yeah. Look at the shiny. Yes, buddy. Good news.
You like that? Well, beautiful.
Yeah.
In that case, it's time for me to hand over to you, buddy, for my favourite section, and I'm sure the listeners as well, and that, of course, is Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favourite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. Here's a good one for you. 12 minutes ago, I got an email from EA, or Electronics Arts Inc. Headline or subject matter: make your opinion count. Good one. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen, is it? They're not going to listen to me at all.
They don't care what you think.
No, not at all. So only one thing on the news, and it's a comical one. Nintendo is investigating 5G and streaming tech, but refuses to chase trends, or, as I would put it, understand technology.
Very much the fingers in the ears there. Tends to be their kind of mantra. Okay, sure. That's an amount of money to piss away on something that it's never going to happen, but sure.
So there you go, buddy. That's all I've got this week. I had a couple of things that you mentioned about like the other stuff, mainly the Nintendo Switch Lite, which was also going to be a joke, like the previous Nintendo, like most Nintendo news, really.
Yeah. If we can even remember to put Nintendo news in, which I do sometimes just glaze over the articles about Nintendo, forgetting that someone might want to hear about that. So.
Probably not, though. I mean, unless, like, we do just make jokes about it.
Yeah. And they love that. They love that, Nintendo fans.
They do.
They're all very light-hearted and sort of well-spirited about that sort of thing. And, you know, they can certainly take a joke. That's one thing you can always say about a Nintendo fanboy. Can always take a joke. Otherwise,
they love that stuff.
Wouldn't have bought that console. So
no. I mean, I bought one, but I bought it as a joke.
As a joke on your children. Yeah, you throw this away. Well, lovely. The Switch is all right, by the way, buddies. We don't really have.
Oh no, I think it's a great console for the kids.
It's certainly fun to mock.
Yeah, it's better than fucking Roblox. That game's well good.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Roblox?
I certainly have seen it. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the concept.
Yeah, have you ever played Roblox? Because
I don't think I've ever played it. I've seen it running, or stuttering along rather.
Yeah, it runs really well. Yeah. It's no, don't play that game.
Roger Dodger.
But that's got nice gambling mechanics in it.
Does it?
Which is always, yeah. So obviously you earn in-game currency for, like, my son came down the other day and he was playing upstairs on his PC and he came down. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? So no, so I've got to wait 7 minutes for my charge thing to recharge. I'm like, sounds like a fun game. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, okay.
Okay, sure. Enjoy.
that's fucking these games these days. I mean, it's been around in mobiles and everything for God knows how long. Fucking,
it's just normalised to it.
Oh, don't worry, I'll beat it out of him.
The surprise mechanic. Beat it out of him.
Yeah. You gotta get them surprise mechanic. It's got them. So yeah, it had like a roulette wheel surprise mechanic when he spent his fucking.
Sit there for 7 minutes, you cunt. You won't get these minutes back. Life is short.
Mind you, like, fair dues to him to be like, oh, I've got 7 minutes. I'm just going to fuck off for 7 minutes and go and do something else. So
he made the most
at least
of the
he's got that initiative, you know, to do that instead of just watch the fucking numbers go down.
Quite a mild-mannered way of looking at it as well.
Yeah,
he's just sort of like accepting of it. Oh, I guess I'll do something else then. This is what life is then. Okay, fine. Yeah. No, respect.
Yeah, Givens, buddy. So, yeah. What are we on? What section?
Well, normally we'd be heading to out this week, but nothing is out this week.
Oh, okay.
So let's use that opportunity to come up with the little list of games that we made last week, buddy, where we decided what we were going to buy over the course of the rest of the year.
Yeah, we racked up a good £500 worth of games that we want to buy.
That's how we do. And so, yeah, here we are. This is not out this week. It's out this year.
Out this year.
And these are the games out this year that we have any vague interest in or are intending on picking up, buddies.
Just going to get the PlayStation Store up and go through it like we did last week, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got it in a notepad document, buddy. I preempted this. Yeah.
Why haven't you shared that with me? I'm fucking trying to just remember stuff.
I just wanted to highlight how completely inadequately prepared you are for this podcast on a weekly basis.
I feel like I could name every game on that list through brain power.
Well, you don't need to, because I've just pasted it into the pod notes.
Sweet.
So there you are.
Joke's on you.
Kicking things off with the only game on the list that is already out. We haven't picked it up yet. I've been kind of being like, no, to
He's
the
putting
missus.
it off. He's waiting for it.
We're accumulating credit in our accounts right now, missus, and we will pick this up Just hold out a little bit longer.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
She's away this week, buddy, so that's how I'm actually getting away with it.
Nice. Well played.
It's Crash Team Racing.
It's like, have you got it yet? Yes, darling.
Yes, I have, darling. Crash Team Racing is a game that the missus wants. It was her favourite game when she was little, which makes me feel very old. And also slightly weird. But so she wants that. And I kind of want that as well. I like...
Yeah, I want to play Mario Kart.
Yeah, the only problem is that it launched with a completely broken multiplayer that they have yet to fix. So,
well, that's how you release a game in 2019.
Yeah, they got with the fucking program, buddy. They know how it works.
They know the fucking score. They're like, that's how you do it, is it? Okay.
Next, Wolfenstein Young Blood, which is the next Wolfenstein game. It will hopefully be slightly easier than the last, and
than that old Colossus.
The old Johnny Colossus, yeah.
It's old Johnny Colossus.
So this is the new Wolfenstein game where you play as BJ Blazinski's daughters.
Yeah.
Fully co-op
campaignage. Yeah, buddy. Fucking sweet. I'm hankering for a co-op campaign.
Absolutely.
Not like an RPG. I just want a campaign. Just rinse through it and be like, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Shoot Nazis.
And a nice price point on this as well. I think it's $35 at launch.
Which is good. I like that.
And that is something that we will definitely be picking up and we will definitely be talking about on this show.
Podcast.
Speaking of games that we're definitely picking up, buddy.
Yep, go on.
Wreckfest. Let's talk Wreckfest. I also have a little thing from the Boyks in the pod chat. Funk this week said, "Love the sound of Wreckfest. Should be awesome with the wheels." Now, hold fire there a little bit.
Do we know that it has wheel support on console?
That was going to be what I was about to say. We certainly can't take that. We can't take that for granted.
No,
I will find that out.
Yes.
It's not information that's readily available at this moment in time. But
obviously you'll be able to play it on a wheel though, with your fucking
Drive Hub.
What's it? There you go, Drive Hub.
I can. But yeah.
So fuck everyone else.
Just suck a fat one, probably.
Yeah, pretty much, buddy. Nicely done.
So yeah, he said it could be a new game night classic, and then PJ chips in with, "It's been a long old time since a good Demolition Derby game. I remember Destruction Derby on the PS2. That was good fun." So yeah, certainly was. And
it was.
Very much looking forward to Wreckfest, the spiritual successor to Flat Out from the Bugbear Boys, who made Flat
Classic
Out originally.
Flat Out.
So,
I think I had that on PC.
I had that on PC as well, buddy.
Yeah, I think we had it at the same time.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm sure we didn't pirate that.
No.
Next,
I don't actually think I did, you know.
No, I think I
to be honest.
Well, you got to buy one or two, haven't you?
Yeah, you know. Got to show effort.
Control from Remedy Games.
Control, yeah. This could be interesting.
We've talked about that in length before, but
they released gameplay thing, like 15, 17 minutes of gameplay, which I haven't watched because, you know, I'm on the fucking pulse. But that might be something you might want to watch. Or not.
Yeah.
Who knows? You decide.
Well, I've seen that and it looks great.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It looks like the last game, but...
Quantum Break,
but better.
Is it Quantum? No, yeah. I was thinking of Quantum of Solace, but yeah. It was
Quantum Leap.
Break, yeah.
Scott Bakula.
Quantum Leap, yeah. Nice.
Ziggy,
a lot of quantums.
What are the odds? Yeah. Borderlands 3.
That game.
I don't want that, but you do.
I do.
So that's all. There you go. And that will happen.
I mean, that's what we choose, buddy.
Yeah. Next on the list, buddy, is Shadowkeep.
Shadowkeep. That's Destiny 2 expansion number 3 or whatever. I'll play that.
Yes.
I'm definitely not buying the year season pass though this time.
Until it's discounted by a tenner.
Yeah, then I'll buy it. Sweet.
Yeah, well, if there's one thing that everybody needs in their life, it's more Destiny 2.
It is.
So
I do.
people
do need more Destiny. I need something else.
Delighted.
I need to get dragged back into it. I need something exciting because I do. It's not very exciting at the moment. There's shit going on. There's like this thing called the Menagerie. I think I spoke about it before. It's pretty cool. I know.
Nice. Yep.
But I don't know. I just don't care at the moment. Maybe I just won't ever get back into it, and it was just all a phase.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Next on the list, FIFA or PES?
eFootball.
eFootball, PES.
PES.
We
need a football game in our lives, and we know that the online on previous football games goes to absolute shit when a new one comes out. So yeah, you're right. We do need a new football game.
Well, I angrily decreed on game night that I wouldn't buy FIFA again.
That's true. You did.
Puts me in a bind because I don't
There's
think
only
PES
one
is
other
going to be
option.
very good.
There are demos coming out, so we can. Well, you can try them out. In local.
Yeah, and then
They might do. They did an online one before, though, didn't they?
they did on
For PES.
PES 18 when they introduced the 3-player co-op.
Yeah, 3-player co-op, wasn't it?
They had
Which
like
was
a demo.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see on that one. Ghost Recon.
You want that game, don't you, buddy?
Breakpoint is another game. Of course I don't fucking want that. I couldn't have any less interest in that.
He just
game.
doesn't want it.
I don't care about it.
That's fine.
I don't give a fuck about it.
He doesn't. He just doesn't care.
Who knows if we'll pick that up.
We'll get it at some point. Hopefully, when it's heavily discounted.
Next, The Outer Worlds.
This looks cool. This looks different.
Yeah.
It's made by the people that made Fallout New Vegas. Was it Obsidian or something? And the original Fallout.
And they made Stick of Truth as well, which is a banger. So
that was a good game.
It
was a very good game, actually, The Stick of Truth.
It was great, yeah.
It's got funny as hell.
Great sense of humour to it, this thing, judging by what we've seen so far. It's got sort of a No Man's Sky mixed with Fallout, mixed with, I suppose, a bit of comedy thrown in as well. And it looks great. And I quite like the look of it, and I quite want it. So that's on the list.
It's on the list. That's why it's there, buddy.
Also on the list, Death Stranding, because it looks weird. That's literally why.
I mean, I've mentioned it before. I want something new, and this looks new.
It does.
And weird.
It looks very weird.
Yeah.
Allow me at this moment in time to once again fly the flag for the Phantom Pain, which is a really cool
Here we go.
Hideo Kojima game that no one seems to have played. It's really good. No one's really interested. Everyone's got it. No one really wants to play that. That's fine.
Maybe one day.
I wouldn't have thought so. Jedi
Probably not.
Fallen Order.
Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
But not shooting. You're a Jedi, mate.
You're a Jedi.
You can use the Schwartz.
You're a Jedi, Harry. Yeah, you can go and kill Pizza the Hut.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? So, yeah, that looks like a game we'll buy. And then finally, a game we will also buy is Doom Eternal. Because Doom was fucking awesome. And we want more of that. Those guys know their shit over at id, and despite this being a Bethesda published title, I will definitely be purchasing it. So there we are.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. All the things that have come out about that game just make it sound like Doom, but better, and that can only be a good thing in my eyes.
I think that multiplayer deserves another shout as well on Doom. I felt like that could have been something we really enjoyed. We just struggled to get everyone else into it.
I mean, we did a few streams of that as well back in day.
Yeah, we did,
and yeah, we enjoyed it. Like, it was just fun, fucking with the rocket launchers, and it was the classic of
old school.
Where they're gonna be jumping to and shooting in front of them and stuff like that. And when there's something really satisfying about that kind of gameplay mechanic.
It's very cool.
Nice,
yeah, liked it.
Indeed.
So yeah, there's our list of games: Crash Team Racing, Wolfenstein, Youngblood, Wreckfest, Control. Grid, didn't get a mention there. Absolutely going to buy Grid, but you all know why. It's a racing game.
Racing!
Borderlands 3, Shadowkeep.
I loves it.
FIFA 20 or PES, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, The Outer Wilds, Death Stranding, Jedi Fallen Order, and Doom Eternal. And that's an expensive end of the year for us. So
yeah, especially if we were buying it each.
Yes, but we're not doing that.
No.
And if you don't know why, we're not going to tell you. So there we are.
Ask us in the Discord.
Yes, ask us in the Discord if you want pointers on family sharing, buddies.
If you want to know how to save money on PSN, I'm your man.
Yeah, he knows it. He's all about it. Hot UK Ash.
Ooh, that's a really weird tag name or whatever.
Smoking hot buns and his smoking hot advice when it comes to saving on credit and
I was just seeing it as like just really sweaty. Just I'm so hot.
Literally on fire. Like literally on fire.
Just constantly sweating from my brow.
I'm screaming because of the pain.
Because I'm just so hot.
Being so hot. But it doesn't really come across on Discord because it's, it's a text-based chat.
Yeah. So just my keyboard is just fucking
just don't video chat him. It's a fucking nightmare.
it's horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah. So there we are. That's whatever that fucking was.
It was something, mate. We made it up. Well done.
Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the JfG Podcast at gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk.
And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we want to know. Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We want to know.
Get on the show.
Get on the show, and we got news from Mel.
It's fucking Mel Gibson's soul.
On YouTube.
There he is.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's on YouTube. He messaged us a while ago. I think he left a comment on my Call of Duty Black Ops 4 stream. I can't remember what he said. But he left I think a while ago, I asked if he was dead or not. And, he responded with what he said on YouTube, buddy.
Fucking hell. Well, allow me to read what Mel said. We haven't heard from him for some time. This is, in fact, I'd imagine this is his first little bit of input this year to the JfG podcast. But
I think so, buddy.
Everyone will be very pleased to hear the following. Mel says, "Yes, my friends, I still listen. I've flipped my script this year and have gone full busty tits on the off-grid tip. I make contact about once every 2 weeks when I go to town for supplies. Have not played video games since November, except Age of Empires I got on my laptop. Hope all is good with the community and family and friends. JJ, what are you up to?"
That's nice to hear from you, buddy, I must say.
Yeah.
So, he says he's gone, obviously, full busty tits.
He's living in the
off
wilderness.
The grid. We know that he was a fan of going into the wilderness and looking at or finding random empty buildings and things like that. I mean, is it a case of he's just found one and he's like, oh, this is quite nice, and just
stick around there?
You know,
I mean, it sounds great what he's doing to me.
Sounds fucking crazy. I mean, in a good way.
Yeah. It's cool that he's still listening, though.
Yeah, no, that's fucking awesome. So he pops by, what was it, every couple of weeks. Then obviously gets his fix of the JfG podcast like you would. Any sane person.
Yeah, it's important, especially when you're not playing any video games.
Yeah, definitely. You need to keep up with it, buddy. But fucking great to hear from you, buddy. I was actually worried, which is weird, but here's what it is.
We just wondered what he got up to,
Yeah.
He was pretty well tooled up in his YouTube videos, so I presumed he'd be fine. But no, good to hear that he's all good. And thanks so much for that, Mel.
Gibbons, buddy. And if you want to let us know what you're up to, because obviously we tell you every week what we've been doing, but you don't care about that. So, you can bore us with your mundane tasks and details if you want by hitting us up on our website, thejfgpodcast.co.uk. There's a section called Street Beat. Just fucking pop it in there. Or if you don't want to put it in that kind of format, you can send it to us on an email using our contact us thing on there, or you could join our Discord or other social media shite that we barely monitor.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah, Discord is definitely the main place where I would find a message from someone.
It's the place to go. Worth noting,
It is.
I finally installed it on my phone today.
Well done, buddy.
So, I can now sporadically message into the Discord as well when it's all kicking off in there.
Welcome to 2019, bitches.
I may or may not do that. So,
Probably not, but it's there if you need it.
It's there if I need it, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, well, lovely, buddy. I think that's the end of the show, isn't it? It's certainly sort of drawing to an underwhelming conclusion, as is tradition with the JfG podcast. We're going to fuck off, I suppose. What are we going to do now, exactly?
There's a new sale on the PlayStation Store, so we'll probably go and peruse that, as we always do, and not buy anything.
You're absolutely
because
right.
Because Star Trek, whatever it is, Bridge Crew, is not on there again this time. Don't get me started.
For fuck's sake.
Should have picked it up. My bad.
One day, buddy. One day. Okay, well,
I need to mention one thing quickly.
Go on, buddy.
There was a barrage of messages in the chat. I think it was someone spitting their lyrics. Wrath of Simon. That's who it was. I'm not gonna repeat what he says, but he's on about something with Gucci and Rolls Royce in Dahudo.
Right.
And, I was just a bit confused. And apparently some guy's stuck in a box as well. There was a couple of guys there that were having some fun. Yeah, he was stuck in a box. Obviously, I was like, what kind of box? Didn't get a response, though. Anyway.
Well, that's worth knowing, at least. I mean, Dahoud.
We got another follower, though.
Okay.
One of those guys was like, yeah. And then the last thing, it was like, what games are you talking about? I'm like, just games. Like, after all of the nonsense.
Just games.
Just the nonsense of the chat. It's just like, well, what games are you on? I don't know. Anyway, people on the internet are weird.
They certainly are. And
they confuse me.
Yeah. Dahoud, of course, plays for Dortmund, as far as I'm aware. So
that's true. Yeah.
So maybe he was talking about Mohamed Dahoud of Dortmund. Maybe that was what was going on there. Who can say? I'm just pleased that Mel Gibson's soul's alive. So that's nice. And that's not what I mean, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Mel Gibson.
Now we know.
Doesn't have a soul. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We're going to go and look at games we're not going to buy. And we'll catch you next time. Until then, I've been Alex. He's been Ash.
Goodbye.
Farewell. You've been listening to the JfG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll also find our Discord and Street Beat if you want to get involved with the show. Our Facebook is /the JfG Podcast, and our Twitter handle is @the JfG Podcast. We're on all those video streaming sites too, buddies, from TubeTube to twitch.tv /the JfG Podcast to mixer.com, aka beam.fucking-pro. We've got a PS4 community you can join. Just search the JfG Podcast on there. And we're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time.